This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12 and verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring in this truth worldwide to wake up the elect of the children of Israel. Yeah, this lesson is going to go into Egypt fighting against Egypt, being divided, right? So I ran across this article, the New Yorker, why Trump facing impeachment warns of civil war, right? He sent out a tweet the other day talking about if he's impeached, it's going to be a civil war. Well, little do you know that's Bible prophecy, man. And just as the brothers was going into yesterday at camp, how the thoughts, the intents of your mind, all this is controlled by Yahweh Shah. So as Trump saying his different rhetoric, doing these different tariffs, he's stirring up this country, this eon, this empire to get destroyed. And let's jump right into this article. 2 years ago, amid the maelstrom of Charlottesville, the outrage surrounding Donald Trump's subsequent praise for various neo-Nazi adjacent protesters, it went largely unnoticed that the president followed those comments with a defense of Robert E. Lee, right? It says the Unite the Right rally had been called in response to Charlottesville City Council's decision to remove a statue of Lee from a park. And on the second day of demonstration, James Alex Fields Jr., a 20-year-old white supremacist, drove his car into a crowd of counter-protesters, injuring dozens of people and killing the 32-year-old Heather Heiler, right? So during that time, 2 years ago, Donald Trump, he didn't condemn him. Why? Because that's what he's part of, man. And this is all Bible prophecy, man. That's why we love Donald Trump, man. Because Lord willing, he's gonna bring on the destruction of this place. But that's just what the Egyptians fighting against the Egyptians, right? So this is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1. Salakia says, Behold, Salakia, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai rideth on a swift cloud, and shall come to Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved out of his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt, Salakia, in the midst of it, right? So this is Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai coming back on their chariot, man. So what render his vengeance on the Babylonians. You read about this in Isaiah 47, Isaiah 63, and these are the same Egyptians, man. Remember, Egypt just means what? The land of bondage. That's what we in now, right? It says, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. That's what we see going on right now. The Egyptians are set against the Egyptians. The Phalabians are set against the patricians. Or, in other words, the Democrats are set against the Republicans, right? Verse 2 again. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor. City against city, and kingdom against kingdom, right? And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards, right? So just like we read in Obadiah, that wisdom is going to be done away with out of teaming, right? That's what's going on right now, man. That's why Trump can't have any cabinet members, man. Everybody getting fired because the wisdom is being destroyed out of the Mount of Esau, right? Verse 4. And I will give the Egyptians, Shalakia, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Right? Yahweh of hosts, Yahweh of armies. Who is that? Who's that cruel, that fierce king? That's Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? He said he's going to rule them with a rod of iron, man. Right? Let's get another precept. Right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth now. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, with and swords in their hand, right? That's what's gonna go on, man. These race wars, these civil war, this is what's gonna happen, man. And there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. It says they shall not regard the kings nor the princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, right? So when it all go down, man, they ain't gonna be worried about no governor, no mayor, none of that. They just gonna go for what they know, right? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. It says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Once again, that's your civil war, right? Your race riots, right? But shall destroy their houses with the sword. What's the modern day sword? The gun. It says, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and great tribulation, right? Behold, saith power, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, from Libanus, to turn themselves one against another, and to and repay the things that they have done to them. To who was those them? To the Israelites, man. So Yahweh Shai is stirring up these people to what? Go to war with each other, man. He's going to use the Edomites to destroy the Edomites. And that's a beautiful thing, man. We seeing prophecy being fulfilled right now before our eyes. Lord willing, this has been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who were well, who I'm learning this 100% truth from, and much respect to the brothers laboring in this truth worldwide to wake up the elect of the children of Israel. Till the next time I say, Shalom.